One, two, three. Hey, this is Cohen from MusicBizCenter.com coming back at you with another motivational music minute. In this one, we're going to talk about how one group sold over 200,000 copies of their CD. And guess what? They did it without the help of a record company. All right? Now, it used to be that artists and bands and rappers such as yourself needed a record label much more than the record label needed them. But the times have changed. It's no longer a unique situation for a band or an artist like yourself to self-release a great selling CD on your own, even if you have little money. Now, due to the creative interference that record companies often instigate, many artists are seeking to circumnavigate the industry entirely when it comes to releasing their albums, in their EPs, in their MP3s. But is it really possible to do this? In this video, we're going to look at two bands who have pulled it off, and I'll provide you with some insight as to how they did it. All right? I want you to make sure that you use this material to provide you with the motivation that you need to start selling thousands of CDs of your own. Now, let's look at case study number one, a band called Clap Your Hands, Say Yeah. Now, just a few years ago, the band Clap Your Hands, Say Yeah released their self-titled album. At last count, they sold over 200,000 copies of it, all without the aid of a record company. Now, how did they do it? Guitarist and vocalist Alex Answorth started off with a dream. He'd had the feeling for a while that record companies had lost the plot somehow and held on to the notion that this was something that was possible. So the band organized the recording of the album, they printed the first run, and they started a sales push using a two-pronged strategy of offline concert sales and online internet sales. Just as I teach you how to do in my Sell Music Online Like Crazy course over at sellmusiconlinelikeCrazy.com. Now, doubtless, they impressed the local music scene with their shows, and soon kids from the area were sharing their album via file trading websites. And it was on one of these websites that music blogger Dan Byrne came across them. He was enormously impressed, so he posted a glowing endorsement of the band on his blog. Now, with a buzz quickly developing around the band, indie rock website Pitchfork started to take notice, and similarly, they also posted an enthused recommendation on their site. The domino effect continued until the celebrity world took notice, and icons such as David Bowie, the rocker, and David Byrne were spotted attending their shows. This led to more press coverage until almost anyone with an interest in independent music and a computer were exposed to them. Now, meanwhile, bassist Tyler Sargent was mailing more and more copies from his apartment to cope with the sheer volume of internet orders. The demand got so huge that soon they just couldn't cope with it anymore, and they decided to enlist the help of a distribution company. Imagine that. You're selling so many of your CDs that you need a distribution company to help you out. That's cool. Independently, meaning you keep more of your dough. Now, despite the many major labels which have come calling, they refused any contracts and self-released their second album, Some Loud Thunder, shortly after, and have seen similar success with it as well. Now, that's great. Let's take a look at another group. Case study number two, Enter Shakiri, hailing from St. Albans in the UK. Now, this post-hardcore trance electronic band, Shakiri, had seen many of their favorite bands get dropped from labels, and they were determined not to fall into the same cycle. They sidestepped the issue, and although success never came easy, despite the appearance of it being attained overnight, so to speak, the band toured relentlessly throughout the United Kingdom, clocking up literally hundreds of shows. And in November 2006, they became only the second unsigned band to sell out the London Astoria, which is a huge feat in itself. Now, on the second front, they were promoting the hell out of themselves on websites such as MySpace. Again, just as I show you how to do in my MySpace Magic Manuscript, which is over at MySpaceMagicManuscript.com. The word soon spread, and the number of people visiting their sites, listening to their MP3s, and purchasing their music snowballed like crazy. So similarly to Clap Your Hands, Say Yeah, and to Shakiri, have also enlisted the services of a distribution company. So do you see the trend here? These guys are making money. Now, riding high, Enter Shakiri have signed up for many high-profile tours such as Download Festival and a support slot with Canadian punk band Billy Talent. So, the conclusion to these case studies, what do these two case studies tell you? If anything, you should see that with the falling cost of recording studios, some are going for as little as 10 to 15 bucks an hour, right? And the advent of digital downloads, distribution companies such as CD Baby, Plus, the use of the internet as a promotion tool, it is not only feasible to self-release your music and to see huge success, but it's a reality. After watching the recent U.S. race for presidency between John McCain and Barack Obama, we should all have learned that anything is possible. All it takes is a defined goal, a strong desire, and relentless persistence. Use the two resources that I gave you here, the MySpace Magic Manuscript, to learn how to use MySpace as a stepping stone to launch your music career. And believe it or not, almost all musicians, bands, and artists have MySpace pages. So you might be saying, hey, I have a MySpace page. But over 99% of them, including you probably, are doing it all wrong. Visit MySpaceMagicManuscript.com to learn how to use MySpace the right way to get thousands of plays and sales for your music. Then visit the Sell Music Online Like Crazy course over at sellmusiconlinelikeCrazy.com to learn how to use the rest of the internet to market, promote, and sell your music worldwide. Remember, anything is possible. Start now. Don't be like all others who foolishly say, I'm going to wait until my music is right. That's nonsense. The time is now. Because while you're waiting, someone else is doing this. This is Ty Cohen, your music business coach. Be sure to visit both of the resources that I've given you here. Remember, winners take action, losers chit-chat and talk about what they'll do once the time is right. Be a winner. Get started now. If you're a serious musician, artist, or label interested in one-on-one phone consultation with one of our coaches here at the Music Biz Center, give my office a call at 1-866-752-9968. Our consultation rates run as low as $97 an hour, but I must warn you, slots are limited, so call now. 1-866-752-9968 or visit tycohen.com/coaching for more information. Again, that website is www.tycohen.com/coaching for more information. Again, this is Ty Cohen with another Motivational Music Minute. Take action. Do you.